Hey, it's Mike here again with another TestComplete tip for you. So today's video is about using variables in your testing. Variables are very powerful in that they allow you to augment your tests, to work with dynamic values, to use values, reuse values in your checks, especially when you're working with dynamic values. It also allows you to take modular approaches or use external data sources as we saw in the previous data-driven testing video. So for example, I have a test here which does a simple interaction with our SmartBear Smart Store, which you can use for testing different functionality also. So I've just put an order through on our store and it's generated, for example, an order number. This is a dynamic number and it's something maybe I want to reuse in a subsequent test or to use for validation. So to capture this in a test, we can use a variable. So I'll use an operation here called set variable value. I'll drag that into the end of my test because that's the point we're at right now. So the first thing to understand with test complete variables is it is possible to scope them. By which I mean you can scope to be used in a current test and isolate the data just to be used in that test. You can make that data in the variable available at the project level, so all of your project items can use it. Or at the project suite level, which means all of the projects in your project suite and all of the subtests in those can also use that data. So be aware of that. I'm going to create one here at this level, at my test level. So I'll just add a variable. And I have one created already called var1, so I'll just call this var2. They can be different types depending on what you're testing, so be aware of that also, string, integer, or boolean being the most common. You can also notice link to external data sources using the db table variable. That's not just database tables, it's also things like text files, CSV files, or Excel files. Now that I've created a variable, in the next screen in the set variable value window, we can choose where we're going to get that value from. Now, this can be a constant. We can give it a value and it's a static value, that's fine. But we want to use this with dynamic values. So we'll use it where we want to use an object property. So there is an object in my web page, or my application. This is my object, this element contains this number, and I want to use the text property of that to grab that number. So I just say object property, and I use the edit button here to find an on-screen object which has that property form. So I'll select that. Now, one thing to be aware of, in the name mapping, it's used this 841 property as the selector. I don't want that. I'll use my options here to change that to a different, more generic selector. Then we can search to find the text value, the property that holds our text value. You may need to use the advanced view to expose all the properties. So I'll select that. And since I know the value, I'll just type it into the search field. And I see here there are certain properties I can use. More than likely, it's going to be the content text or a text property. So there we have it. We have our element and the property we're going to extract that property from. We finish. And now from this point of the test, var2 will contain that content text property value. That's fine. How do I reuse that? Any operation that you would use a text value can be changed to use a variable value. So if I use an on-screen action here, I'll drag this into, for example, the search field, since that's a text field for me to use. In the next screen, it already detects as it does the set text operation. That's fine, or method, I should say. So I'm going to change that from using a hard-coded value, again using that edit field, to use instead a variable. And that variable is, you guessed it, our var2 variable. Finish. And that's it. Very quickly, I grab a value and I can reuse that value. I could reuse this in a subsequent operation. I can reuse that in a checkpoint. You just use that edit button to edit the entry value. Now to test this very quickly, I don't want to run the whole test. I will just also right-click set variable value operation and run it from there. Run from selected operation. The test ran. It was just two operations after all. It tells me it was entered, and if I check my page, I can see that value was entered, just like any text field. Now, you may have noticed when I was editing those variables, I'll go back here, the different types of variable modes. This is also useful to know in terms of what you can do. So you can't just use constants or hard-coded values. You're not limited to just using the variables. You could also use, if you set up a test parameter, maybe you want to use also a code expression. For example, a code expression could be something like AQ environment, where we can grab an environmental variable from our system and then reuse that in our um, testing. Or some other code expression, like maybe AQ file. So I could read a value from an external file. AQ file.read a whole text file is a good method to use. Remember, if you're confused about any of these or you're not sure where to go, do reach out to us, reach out to the community, reach out to your SEs, reach out to your account reps. I will have an answer for you for that. Hope this helped. Happy testing.